All right, good evening, everybody. Tonight I'm gonna continue working on trying to get an additional PV line hooked into my inverters. As you saw in a previous video, I did add the second PV line and breaker into my phase 2 inverter, but I do not have the line run outside yet to be able to hook up another string of panels. I had worked on maybe a week or so ago prepping a junction box for getting the panels from outside inside, but I had stopped working on that because I had started during the time that I was waiting for my AC input electrical lines to come in from the eBay store that I ordered them from. But when the electrical line showed up, I set that box off to the side and finished up running the AC input lines. If you haven't seen that video, I'll show you right here. But now that the AC input's all done, I want to get back to putting the new PV line in so that I can get another string of panels hooked up outside. It'll probably be hooked up temporarily because I'll just be leaning the panels up against the fence for now, but at least they will be providing me power instead of just sitting on a pallet outside. So let me show you the box that I made while I was waiting for the AC input lines to show up. I want to see if I can make an outdoor junction box for adding some new solar arrays to my system. And I thought, well, I've got this old box that I thought I could use on my inverters, which is a 4x4x4, and I'm wondering if I can just basically screw these connectors to the bottom and have 3 sets of places that I could connect in. And then inside the box, the other end of the MC4 connectors would go to this spool of 10 gauge wire, which would run through my utility room and come up and over and connect into this new breaker. At least one array would. If I can use this box and put these connectors on here and mount them inside the box, even if I have to put a little water seal around, I think that it'd make it easy for me to add arrays down the road. And I think I have enough connectors that I could go through and at least get the holes drilled and get it in place. All right, there we go. So 3 connections. The middle one's facing sideways so that you can get your tool in from the side, front, and back. Drill a hole in the back to go through the side of the house. Into the utility room, I'll get some fittings. And then my 10 gauge line can come out down into here, and I've got a waterproof cover to go on top. I like it. Nice and watertight and not wasting one of these boxes. So I installed this liquid tight, which would not have worked for the actual inverter install because this is only 1/2 inch. I thought it would have been bigger, but it was only 1/2 inch. But I ran it through the joists and ran it outside, and you can see it going outside right there. And I'll show you the outside portion when I get to pulling wires through. But right now what I need to do is, so this conduit right here, 1.25" conduit, that's the conduit that comes in from the barn with my other solar arrays, and it's got my PV line. So it runs up and over these 2 trunk lines for the heating and cooling. And then if you look right here, there's a few 90s that drop it down. It runs over, and then it just kind of spits the wires out right over top of the inverters. But what I need to do is I need to pull that conduit apart and pull the PV lines out and install this, I believe it's a Type-C connection. Straight pass through right up where the connections, the couplings are up there. And this should be just the right size. And then I will tap this and put the fitting for the liquid tight coming off the side of here, and then run the liquid tight right into here. And then my PV lines will go through the liquid tight and then go over and follow the same path as the rest of the PV lines. All right, before I get this thing mounted, I need to drill the hole for the liquid tight connector. And there we go. It's a good thing I'm not doing a whole lot, because ½ inch is really not going to give me a whole lot of wires in there. But it should give me at least 4. I'm hoping that I can get what I need in here. We'll see. Now, one thing that I need to look at is this side has that flared end. This side doesn't. And this Type-C connector is looking for a male end, because these are both female ends on this connector. So I might have to take my cutting tool and try and cut this end off. But is that gonna shorten my connection too much? Well, I've got that other extension that I can put on if I need to, so yeah, I guess I'm just gonna have to trim this all the way around and then try and cut it so that I can just peel it off without having to pull the wire back out. Well, I used my oscillating tool to cut this thing off, and unfortunately I whacked one of my lines. Looks like I whacked more than one. Doggone it. I'm gonna have to get out all the tape and wrap these up and try and protect them again. Here I thought I had the blade super far recessed and the wires all peeled away. But I know I definitely got that one. You can see it there. And it looks like the one underneath it. So yep, gotta wrap those up. Alright, I got the lines all taped up. Probably went overkill on them, but I'd rather be safe than sorry and make sure that there's no way that that's gonna come undone or get exposed somehow. The other 3 wires were fine. Just checking them again, but yeah, it's just these 2 here. Actually, those are both, I don't know if that blue's showing up, but those are both for my my roof array. Alright, so what I want to do is feed all these lines through this box. Feed all these lines through this junction here. Then I want to tape them together and add a piece of jet line so that I can feed all my new array lines through. I thought I was going to need to use my fish tape to feed through, but since I had to disconnect everything already, the jet line just makes the most sense. Just gonna make a mess. It doesn't help when you put it on backwards. Guess I should probably plan on needing this too. And I didn't think about the fact that I need this jet line to only come out here, not the other end. I'm not thinking very much tonight. Make sure you slow down. So now, the jet line is going to come through here. The existing lines are going to go through here and then feed through. And we got to come up and over. And it looks like I didn't need this extension on it to begin with. Third time's a charm. Or fourth. Whatever time it is. See, and this is what I mean about not thinking things through, because I didn't need to cut that rope off. I guess I did. My uncle taught me to make a knot that doesn't come undone very easy. Take the two pieces, put them together, and then tie a knot around with the two individual pieces. Because the more that you pull apart, the tighter that knot gets. That's a great piece of advice that I've remembered for years and years and years. Okay, take 500 million, whatever. Tighten the pain, but we got it up in there. We'll have our liquid tight coming right into here. And unfortunately, you see it sitting on top of this 2x4. That connection pushes it too far this way, so I'm gonna have to cut it. So let's see if I can do this again without cutting any lines this time. I don't think I cut any lines this time. Now we got plenty of space here. Good. figure out how to strap this thing properly. But for the time being, it's back the way it was. I'll probably end up doing some metal straps around here and then try and figure out a way to get a drill right up there into that stud to hold up that conduit. But now over here, we've got all of our line through. I just need to pull this finish through, cut and hook up right here. All right, so right now we're back to where we were before I started tonight. So let's get the flex tube cut. Okay. We'll unthread this here. Now it's got a curve to it already, which we gotta try and straighten out. There we go. Slide it in. And there we go. And I'll be able to feed our lines into here. I'm gonna try and run 2 strands over to the new junction box outside. So there'll be a red and a black for 1 strand, and then a black and a green for the other strand. I'll have to get creative with some taping. I'll probably make this one my hot, and I'll put some red on this one, and I'll put some, I think I have some white. No, I don't think I have any white, so I'll keep the black the same because it's fairly consistent, black and black. Red, and then I'll put red on the green one. I know red and green doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, and I'm not going to recolor this whole thing red, but if I put red up and down along this line, it should at least remind me, and from this footage remind me, that this is my hot line, this is my negative. So I'll string them both together and then fish them all through the conduit all together at once, so that I have kind of future-proof to string and have 2 strings ready to go for outside. Now the black and the green line came disconnected. So for the time being, I will just pull it back through. I don't think it was long enough anyways. It kept getting caught. So for another string, I think I'll have to get more black or another color. Well, it's getting late, and it's getting to the point that the wire right here needs to get pulled the rest of the way from the outside, and it's too dark outside right now to be able to do anything. So looks like I'll be picking this back up tomorrow night. So we'll see you then.